we are live.
We are live. That's fun.
All right, welcome everybody. Brian and I just finished our epic game of first edition Warp Speed, but we figured, what the hell? Let's talk about second edition just so we can trigger all our fans who were watching our first.
Absolutely, edition. And I'm drinking, so it's even better. So
but that might be the Baileys and or the eggnog talking. So cheers, y'all. But yeah, we are. So we decided we needed to talk up the Hall of Fame nomination process that is coming up very soon, right, Brian? Tell us about what's happening when.
So yeah, we'll be starting. We'll be ringing in the new year with a nomination period. Hall of Fame nominations open on January 1st. Nomination window remains open through January 31st server time. So anything posted with a January date will be counted. And everybody gets 3 nominations, and you can nominate any card that's really old. And we define really old as anything that came out 10 years ago or more. So since this is the 2022 ballot, any card that came out in 2012 or prior will be eligible for induction in the Hall of Fame this year. So I think there's 2 full expansions that are now in the eligible window for the first time. Don't ask me to name them, but it's the one with Crom and the one with the TNG stuff with like John Doe and those guys and the John Doe mission, like that.
That one's Matter of Time.
Oh, okay. What's the one before that? Lineage?
Yeah, I think
Unity,
so.
Something like that.
Might be Unity. That sounds about
right. See, this is what happens when Brian's drinking and doesn't have any notes. It's high quality production here. All right, here I'm actually gonna look.
Yeah, now I'm going in looking for the Hall of Fame.
So yeah, Unity and Lineage. I was not totally wrong. Okay. Yeah, Lineage came out June 29th of 2012, so that's eligible. And Unity came out. Oh wait, no, Unity was eligible last year. So it's Lineage and what's the next one? Tapestry. That's the one I can think of. That came out in September of 2012. Oh, that's the one with Ardent Predator. And let's see what else we got in here. Whole bunch of cards I never play. Oh, Loaded for Bear Enterprise. That's the highlight of that set. So yeah, that one will be available to be nominated this year. So, I mean, I think the other one, Lineage, that's the one with Crom. I know there's been some talk about Crom. He might be a first balloter from some of the buzz I'm hearing on that.
Well, I think I think you're also going to have people fighting over who gets to nominate Surprise Party.
Oh, Surprise Party got retired last year, so that fight already happened.
Oh, yeah. This is watch me even keep up with this. God.
Well, like I said, this is the highest production value show right here. Two drunk nerds late at night who have to work in the morning instead talking about decade-old nerd games and stuff from 10 years ago.
I'm not even drunk. It was not that much Baileys. I'm just old now. Old. Well, let's see. What do we got from 2011? I'm looking here. I'm seeing Kite.
We had Tacking Into the Wind. We had Surprise Party. Oh, I think this is the last year of like non-set related promos that are eligible. I think Hazier is now eligible. I think he was the last one in that little line of league cards that weren't actually part of a set, but that were like independent promos. Because I know the Rock's eligible now. I think he's been eligible. Not like any of these cards can get retired, but they are technically eligible for nomination if
yeah, see, Hazier was the 2012, 2013 league participation, but yeah, I'm not seeing any. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other promos besides him for that year. And yeah, we've done AIs for a good long time now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think Surprise Party was like the one promo that everybody loved to hate, and that was the first balloter last year. I don't remember who exactly nominated it. It was probably like Nate or somebody that got in like super early in the process, and yeah, like that one was at the very top list. It was basically a mathematical lock from about 2/3 of the voting period on, because everybody was voting yes on it for a while. I think the first 14 ballots I got all had a yes vote for that thing. It was one of the longest streaks before a no vote. It was epic.
Yeah, I got to remember though this year to like actually nominate cards, because last year I thought I had done it. I thought I had pressed the button, and then I went back and looked.
Did you do that thing where you type the post, you put the preview button, and you see it on the screen, and therefore you think you posted it, and you walk away or click away, and then like it never
exactly
posts?
happened,
I've
yes.
done that like more times than I care to admit. So
Yeah, that's probably exactly what happened. Or I was writing the post and I got distracted because I think my kids were still on remote learning at this
Oh,
time
okay.
last year. So that's an entirely plausible scenario also.
Yeah, that is a topic for another nerd stream. The whole lockdown educational thing. That's probably not the best for two Trek nerds to kick around. We'll leave that to the professionals.
No,
But
I am a professional educator, and I'm like, I knew the elementary teachers were saints, but like now, like, I knew that intellectually, and now I know that like internally.
it takes a special kind of person to teach little kids well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. And I like my kids, and actually I like most of the other little kids that run around here, but
so if there's any teachers watching, cheers to you. You're the best. Us parents who aren't teachers for a living, we appreciate you educating our offspring.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so all right, I'm gonna look at the sets for that are out and eligible now, see if anything catches my eye.
So here's a question. Let me ask you this while you're looking around there. What Decipher era card do you think is most in need of retirement at this point? Because we've had a few years of Decipher era cards. We got a nice big stack of them retired. What's still out there that you think needs to get its gold jacket?
I don't know. I've been focusing my attention on cards that are insurrectionable for so long.
Yes, the mission, the low attribute mission crusade does continue apace. There's still a few out there that have not been nominated or voted in yet. The one that was most surprising to me was is actually a premier starter mission. It's the host metaphysics shielding test. That one is still eligible in Hall of Fame. So
well, that one's got such a weird skill matrix on it.
Engineer nav science, but that integrity greater than 9 for 35, or integrity greater than 29 for 35 points is still ridiculous.
Yeah, as long as
skills are that hard to come up with.
As long as you can get the diplomacy with your sciencey people. But yeah, like I don't know what I gotta. So you're asking, as we keep saying, completely unprepared for this.
Well, if it was prepared, it wouldn't be nearly as fun.
No, not at all. So like now I have to go back and look. Okay, what's already on the Hall of Fame list, and let's see. I mean, no, we retired unexpected difficulties. So,
Oh yeah, at Drunk Worlds, I used the Q card, the shitty version of unexpected difficulties. It's still Hall of Fame legal. I used that for the first time in my life. Let's see,
that is one of the things that I do enjoy about the Hall of Fame is the search for cards that do the same thing or similar things that, what can I still use, and things that, makes me think about flavor a lot more. Like when you going in and, I can't use these as voyages, but hey, I can use Miracle Working. More or less does the same thing with the cool. You can play it 6 times.
And I do not have my 2E deck in front of me for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is that it?
I mean, maybe one of the Enterprise E's, like the.
Nope, that's not it either.
Because I don't know, I feel like the bonus points for TNG sort of getting out of control. Oh, let's see. Let's look at a broken set. Let's look at what you leave behind. Let's see if there's anything that needs to be pulled. Stripped down, maybe? I find that annoying, that dilemma annoying, but not broken. Or maybe that's just all my all the times Shark has moved stuff out from underneath my completed from my missions and hit me with more true.
Okay, well, it turns out I can't find my 2E deck, so I can't show the Q card. It's the Q card. It's the shitty version of UD. I don't even know the name of it.
That's a shitty version of unexpected difficulties.
It's not voluntary withdrawal, is it, or something like that?
That's to the search engine.
The production value continues to be the best.
Bigger tattoo.
No, that's not it. It's the one where it's got Q on the view screen. And it does basically the same thing as UD, but it costs 2, and you get to keep 1 dilemma when you reshuffle. Oh wait, here's my deck list. Maybe it's in here. Yeah, voluntary withdrawal. I wasn't wrong. That's from Tapestry. So that is newly eligible for retirement this year. It'd be really funny if we retired voluntary withdrawal this year after like one person, i.e. me, played it in the last year since UD got retired. That would be extra funny. I'm not going to do that though.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Well, okay. So Tapestry was very small. That was just 18 cards. So yeah, loaded beer is probably the big thing here. Like, there's really not a lot otherwise that, Ardent Predator. But
yeah, I think this year is the year of the catching up on things that people meant to nominate or maybe didn't quite make the cut in the last couple of years, then them getting caught up. Because yeah, there's not a whole lot of first balloters. I think Crom is the big one. Crom's been dominating on the Dominion scene. I think he's due for a gold jacket. Spoiler alert, he is on my list of nominees. Nobody else nominates him first. I'll probably use one of my slots on him because he is really good. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to retire the Romulan Klingons?
The what?
I mean, the Romulan Klingons. Nobody's going to retire them. Nobody uses them.
Nobody plays them anyway. There's no reason to retire.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe
you need to retire like so many other cards before those cards even become playable. That's not a thing.
Maybe Enrique Muniz.
Maybe what?
Maybe Kike, Enrique Muniz. Draw, play different speed.
Possibly. I mean,
draw a card.
I haven't seen a lot of DS9. Yeah, I mean, he's good, but like I haven't seen promenade DS9, stuff in forever. Like he's built for a promenade school deck. I mean, I used to run him in my Jaroshenyo deck back in the day, but I haven't played Jaroshenyo since like 2013. So it would be a surprise if there's a lot of hate on that one. I mean, like looking at what's popular right now, I'm thinking, Dominion is probably due for some retirements. There's not a single Dominion personnel or ship that has been retired yet. I think that's probably going to change, or at least it should change.
Ramataclon. Now I know who I'm.
Ramataclon, Ikatika,
Aractral.
Aractral is eligible. Kevin is a classic,
Oh yeah.
The Dominion deck. He might be due for retirement. I think there's enough new Dominion stuff at this point, like stuff that's come out in the last 10 years, that you could probably retire a lot of the OG stuff, and like I think Dominion would still be pretty good. Like there's been so much that's been put out even in the last year or two that I think Dominion has everything right now, so I really wouldn't mind taking away some of the old school, building blocks and just seeing what that does. And I'm guessing there's probably still ways to build Dominion that makes them good because.
Oh yeah, being able to double up Kevin and the Dominion Cardassia is there was our timer for our warp speed game. Being able to double up that is pretty sick. I gotta say, I played that deck at Continentals, and it was when you got, this was the pre-errata Audacious Assault. When you got that, if you got that out first turn, I got it out first turn like I got out first turn against I was playing Sean O'Reilly So I have Provoke Interstellar Incident. Ooh, is that retired?
He wasn't running 2 headquarters in the Dominion meta, was he? Because that's just a bad mistake.
No,
Don't
no,
do
he
that.
was playing. He was playing a Jaeger bomb deck.
Yeah, so 2 headquarters. That's bad. No,
Yeah,
don't do that against Dominion. That's bad.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he was playing Jaeger bomb, dual headquarters. I had Provoke. So, but before he even got a turn, I had a ship and like 8 people out, and I was rolling on missions. It was sick.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, no, I didn't pull that off every game.
No, but you had 2 turns before you could even get off the ground if you went first. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, like, yeah. I'm glad that there was some dialing back of that power level before Worlds. I think it made Worlds a better event. But I know we're here to talk Hall of Fame. And I don't want to get on a total Dominion rant because I'm fully capable of it. But let's just say that there's definitely some power curve adjustments, to be made to rein Dominion in, because I think they're still probably the dominant affiliation of the game right now, especially in Standard. I mean, I haven't played Standard in a while. Even in Hall of Fame, they're still pretty bad because nothing's been retired yet. So it's basically everything else has their power cards retired. Dominion doesn't, so Dominion dominates Hall of Fame. We had a gentleman's agreement at Drunk Worlds to not play Dominion, which is the only reason that I think Brandy played it, and that's just because that's what she plays, and that's allowed because I think she only played 1 game before she went to bed because she had 2 kids to put to bed and everything. And Friday night Drunk Worlds. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but when you have little kids and it's 9 o'clock at night when you start round 1, the odds of getting to round 3 are just not good. So we finished it the next day with like 4 people. It was great.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
See that. Yeah, so I think Dominion, there is no shortage of good cards that are eligible for the retirement in Dominion World that I would like to see on the list, and I will probably vote for most of them. I would need a really strong reason to not vote for a Dominion card this year, because I think they definitely need reined in a little bit. Let's see, Decipher era cards. One I'm surprised you didn't mention, because I think it's one I could be wrong about this because I haven't looked at this thread in a year, but I thought one of the ones you meant to nominate was Staffer Cisco. For some reason, Staffer Cisco is still out there. He has not been nominated or retired yet.
Yes, Staffer Cisco. I'm making notes for myself right now. Staffer Cisco, Ramada Klon.
Yeah.
Provoke Interstellar Incident.
Is Provoke Interstellar eligible this year?
What?
I thought it was a matter of time. I thought it wasn't eligible for next year.
What set did that come out in?
I think that was a matter of time.
Yes, it was matter of time, so it's not eligible.
Okay,
yet.
so you got another year of Provoke Interstellar Incident. But yeah, I'll be happy to retire that card when it's eligible. Okay, spoiler alert, there's your 2023 Hall of Fame preview right there. Provoke Interstellar Incident.
Yeah, it's that mission. I mean, it's just a silly, easy mission, and it's so easy to combo with. The requirements for it. Just leadership, navigation, security. Well, I mean, you can combo that with any sort of mission set requiring officer leadership, and since people don't really run. Agonizing Encounter a lot.
Oh, see, that's still one of my staples. Because people have gotten lazy. They start running 3 missions with the same skill. And I catch them on it, and because for a long time everyone built their mission set to be 2 at most, and lately I've seen a lot of 3s and some 4s. I mean, that thing lands a lot more than it used to. So it's people have gotten lazy, so I brought it back in, and that's been one of the more successful ones in my pile lately.
All right. Well, anything else comes to mind right now?
Let's see. We talked about Dominion, San Francisco. Let's see, other Decipher air cards. I think the other affiliation I think could probably use some superstar retirements is probably the Bajorans. I mean, you still have all the Power 5 costers from Premier in the pool. I mean, Barile he's been a staple forever. He's had a career. He needs to be retired. Original Premier Opaka. Download any Bajoran personnel. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say it's not fairly costed, because it is, because she's a 5 cost personnel, but that's still really, really strong. You know, maybe Borum. I'm not sure if people still do Borum, although Borum may have been passed by Accession now. So I mean, Borum was the way to get expensive people into play back in the day, but I think Accession is sort of, you know, replacing that Accession and the Orbs.
Yeah, the
those aren't
Swapsies
known
Orb,
for
the
a couple of years, so.
Swapsies Orb has overshadowed Borum, definitely. He
Yeah.
doesn't make the cut in my deck, my Bajoran decks anymore after the Swapsies.
Yeah, actually, I think the last time I played Bajorans, I had him in the deck, but it was actually for his medical and exobiology because I didn't have a lot of either of those skills. So I actually put him in there to play with him.
Goodness.
You know, because I still have PTSD from a Continentals I played in years ago where I borrowed Charlie's Bajoran deck and I didn't know how to play it. And I managed to de-staff myself because I didn't realize that Jabara doesn't have a staff star. Little Miss Exo medical computer skill, you know, person is great, except for when I leave two people on the ship thinking I can fly home and I can't because one of those people is Jabara and I'm an idiot. That traumatized me. So I've been using Borum because at least has a staff star because he can fly the ship.
Borg doesn't have hardly anybody retired either. Just looking.
Yeah, no. So here's the thing about Borg. Borg doesn't need to retire a lot of people, but Swap Queen is near the top of my list. She was on the list last year. She just missed the cut. I think that particular queen needs to be retired. I think there is enough other queens and enough other deck building options for Borg, either dissidents or even within the non-dissident space, that there is cool stuff you can do that is just not being done because Swap Queen is just better than any other option. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
it's one of those too good, had a career, give her a gold jacket and retire her.
Yeah,
and then let people figure out other Borg queens they want to play with.
I played with Borg quite a bit in the last year. I have a deck like Eric that I built, like Eric Robinette was brought to Worlds. He's been playing it a lot of two mission win, just straight Borg solver with you know, all the newer support cards with the 50-point missions and yeah, like making an 80 card deck is no big deal when you're playing Borg. You interlink through to get who you need and you swap them in with the Borg Queen. She's great. Yeah, and you're right. She distorts all the. There's none of the other Borg Queens are anywhere near.
Yeah, I mean, you really need skills that aren't on drones, which, you know, the go-tos used to be honor and treachery, but then they made honor and treachery drones, so you can swap them in with, like, you know, 4 of 9 or first or whoever, and just cover down all the skills. I think the only thing that's left that's not on a drone is like diplomacy, and that's on Locutus. So you got to get rid of Locutus. That's another reason that I'd like to see more queens come into play, because actually Starter Queen is actually like a really underrated card. Like, she's actually really good, and can cover down on skill gaps if you know like what kind of pile you're expecting to see. But there's no room for it right now because I play Starter Queen when you can play Rare Queen and just swap stuff out.
I always chuckled at the extremely bad pun for her subtitle. She's the bringer of order, and she has an order where you gain skills, so she brings you the order. I like
wow.
That, yeah.
I'm not drunk enough for that one yet.
No, that
yeah. Those are the ones that I think are most overdue for some retirement. I mean, I think, you know, without getting too far into rant mode, I think one of the issues I'm seeing in Hall of Fame events now is, you know, the whole goal of the format was to create. It was a piece of the process to create a better game, and, you know, retiring the old, overplayed or broken or NPE inducing cards that nobody likes was one piece of it. But I think the other issue is, you know, cards that are getting designed that are of a power level such that the old broken stuff is getting replaced with new broken stuff. So it's not really balancing the meta so much as just, you know, clearing out old cheese to make room for new cheese. And that's not something that the Hall of Fame process is really built to handle. So I'm hoping that, you know, as we move forward, design can, you know, learn from some of the lessons of history of what works and what doesn't, and try to avoid some of the stuff that doesn't, so we can, you know, work our way up to retiring some of the stuff that's overpowered. It's going to be a couple years to really get it all out there. But I think that, you know, that by taking the stuff that's overplayed and overpowered, or just people don't want to see anymore, and getting it out of the meta and forcing people to be creative in their deck building, it actually is pretty fun. I know that, you know, there's a few niche followings in the Hall of Fame of the Hall of Fame meta that, you know, actually play Hall of Fame on a regular basis. I would encourage people, if you have not played Hall of Fame, give it a try. You might find that it's actually pretty interesting. And if there's cards that you just get tired of seeing and you don't want to see them anymore, then absolutely feel free to nominate them, and we'll, you know, one of the things I really like about it, especially during the nomination window and during the voting window, is the discussion that actually happens on the forum about cards that, you know, here's why you should retire this card, here's why you shouldn't retire that card. It actually generates a lot of content, a lot of debate. At least it has in the past. I'm hoping that, you know, because the 2E board's been a little quiet lately, I'm hoping that we can generate some discussion going forward and, you know, see how things go. So again, January 1st, window opens. February 1st, the voting window opens. I'll be running it on the forum, and it's a community-driven thing. So if you're part of the community and you want to be part of the thing, it's that easy. Just nominate some cards, send me a ballot when the time comes, and we'll see what happens. So that's all I got. Maggie, anything else tonight?
No. Thanks for the game earlier. Thanks for the chat. This has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I cannot believe it's 1 o'clock now.
Well,
maybe my
to
husband.
all the members of the Trek community out there, if I don't see you or talk to you between now and then, I'm almost out of alcohol, but I got a little bit left. I would say cheers and happy holidays to everybody. Enjoy
Cheers.
time with your family.
Enjoy, everyone.
Enjoy time with your fellow nerds. Stay safe and have fun, and just enjoy this time.